Standing here feels like both a full circle moment and one I'm unqualified for. Full circle moment because as a young boy from a town in the Republic of Ireland, I visited Belfast W5 right next to SSC Arena where we had the opening ceremony for a primary school tour. It never crossed my mind that I would be here today. Unqualified because apart from the Titanic and my short trip to W5, the narrative I had of Northern Ireland was more negative than positive due to its history, because I'm not from here, and also because there are people who have endured the troubles and know this place a lot more than I do. If you've met me this week, you know I prefer to focus on the future rather than the past. But follow me for a few moments down memory lane. For the first 11 years of my life, I experienced racism, which I could not articulate at the time. I was probably the first black child my teachers encountered. I took laws into my own hands and delivered African beatings on any Irish boy who called me the N-word, slapped me and caught my reaction under Sony Ericsson, or spat in my face. I thought I had anger issues, a suggestion made to my mother by one of my teachers. And if you know anything about African homes, I'll leave it to your imagination to wonder what happens when my parents find out I was fighting in school. Any attempt to justify my actions was met by, "Why can't you report to your teachers?" If only they knew. This time of my life was very confusing. But when I soon moved to Nigeria, my supposed anger issues had all of a sudden disappeared. I was not the problem. But yet, I was still unaware of how to articulate this confusion. Fast forward to November 2014, I moved back to Ireland to pursue my studies. And again, I felt like a fish out of water. I came from a place where everyone looked like me, to again being the only black guy in rooms. But I had faith and ambition to carry me through with confidence. For some reason, confusing to many, I moved to Belfast in 2018 to further my studies at Queen's University. 3 months later, I found myself at the brink of dropping out. After all, I already had a degree, was the excuse I gave myself. But really and truly, I just didn't want to deal with familiar negative feelings that were creeping up again. Thank God I came back, because in that time I became the president of the African Caribbean Society. And with this new role, I was determined to paint a positive narrative of black people and show our rich culture and the strength that we possess. I advocated for culturally competent mental health services, so students are not met with comments such as, "These students come from rural backgrounds, and any punitive action will result in removing their learning experiences," when racism is reported. When exploring my next step, I questioned what my future would look like here, and would I be accepted in this society? But over the last 5 years, I have seen there's a lot of beauty in Belfast, a land flowing with milk and honey. It's becoming more cosmopolitan. I see more people that look like me on the streets now. Businesses here are changing. It is obvious that we have so much potential. We have the potential, talent, and hope to truly make the next 25 years count. But it's up to all of us, all the ecosystems in this place, to ensure that we can thrive here so that we can build the brighter future. The same way I don't like dwelling on my past and prefer to focus on the future, it's the same way the young people of Northern Ireland prefer to be defined by theirs. To a bright 25 years ahead, thank you.